Okay. I just wanted to give a quick channel update here. Sorry that it's been a little while since I've posted any videos or anything of that nature. I had to get a second job, as I'd mentioned in a video prior, and we just went through, and it's in retail, we just went through the absolute busiest, horrible period of retail history. My hours are opening up a little bit more, so you're going to see more coming from the channel now. I'll be able to free up a little more. I'm going to try to be getting more hours, though, so it may be sporadic as compared to as it was, but now that Black Friday is over, that's all good to go. So a few things. There's some stuff coming up that I want to talk about, and I want to get some votes on this because I'm gonna change some things up. First of all, no vote here. I have a secret surprise coming, and you don't get to know what it is, and I hope that pisses you all off. Deal with it. It'll be a surprise. It'll be excellent. It's going to be a collaborative. It'll be fun. Next thing. Why don't we go right to this? Next thing. The Castillian LP is boring. We have reached the point where all it's going to be for turns and turns and turns and turns and turns is colonizing this and raffle stomping Indians. It's boring. It sucks. It's over. That is not to say EU3 is over, because it is not. We're going to give a few options here. Now, it depends on what you guys want to know and what you guys want to see. If you want to see something that's a little bit more action-packed and going to be more interesting and going to be longer term, you have two choices. You have Burgundy, which is one that I'm pretty decent at. I can get a really good start. It's a very heavily warlike LP. There is the possibility of becoming the Holy Roman Emperor. I will not unify the HRE into a single unit as Burgundy because I would much rather just be Burgundy, because Burgundy was awesome and should have conquered the world and become France instead of France, but Habsburgs. Now the other thing, option 2 of that vein is the Teutonic Order. I suck ass at the Teutonic Order. They're a theocratic state. They are hated by everyone. They can eventually form Prussia. And it's very, very difficult. I generally get eaten by Lithuania. I don't really want to do that so much, so screw them. Option 2 really is Bavaria. This would be a German LP to form, or a German nation forming LP to try to basically get all of these. You start off with a couple of the places that you have to have in order to form Germany, and it will be showing how to properly wrangle the rules in the HRE to your advantage in order to conquest, especially as a 4-province minor. There's basically 2 educational forces here. Both of them are warlike. Both of them involve a small amount of diplomacy, less with Burgundy than with Bavaria, in trying to acquire nations via personal union. Primarily with Burgundy, it's going to be conquest, 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 conquest. There's one other option. Just one. The other option is, instead of seeing the conquest nation, you can, like Castile, you can see what it's like to be a trading nation. And it's an entirely different set of play. It's more about controlling the economies of the world, and it's more about slow, methodical build-up and expansion, carefully, cautiously, and all around overwhelmingly difficult. But it gets really easy really late on because your technology tends to be very far ahead and things of that nature. You have 2 choices with that one as well. Number 1 is Holland. Holland starts in a personal union under Hainaut. Hainaut will generally be attacked by Burgundy, putting you in a very precarious situation, but because Burgundy is after conquest of Hainaut, generally you're going to be okay. You will lose a whole lot of income because your provinces will be sieged for a very long period of time, but once Hainaut is absorbed, the war ends with you and you get to keep your troops, keep your provinces. Then the whole point is you're trying to get Utrecht, Friesland, and Gelre, because you are trying to create the Netherlands. This is one that's going to be, I'm not going to say uninteresting. It's very interesting to see what's going on, but it's a lot of speeding through time. And I'm playing around with a little bit more video editing, so I'll be able to do that a little bit better. Because you're really trying to just power through to the point where you're way ahead technologically, and you're starting to conquer other nations, and you're getting advantages in doing that. That is option 3. And option 4 is the Hansa. This is my favorite nation to play. I am more likely to play this nation in a single-player game than I am to play any other nation at all. There are a few differences with the Hansa than there are with anyone else, besides like Venice and Genoa and a couple of others. Difference number 1, the Hansa is a merchant republic. Since it is a republic, you have some advantages and some disadvantages. Your advantages are that since you do not have a king, you can never have a succession crisis. This is the advantage. So you can, since it's a president, and if your president is not very good in stats, you can convert him to be a general, and you don't have to worry about the nation being destabilized because he dies in battle. In fact, it's advantageous to you because then he's replaced with a new elector. Every 4 years, you get to change rulers. You can also elect the same ruler again. That's huge advantages, huge bonus, big joy. Disadvantages: no royal marriages. Since there are no royal marriages, that means there are no personal unions. If you are going to if you are going to expand, you must do so by conquest. The only way, and because even you can get there through a personal union, but you must force the vassalage and the personal union. You cannot make it. You cannot have it happen. Well, not a personal union, but you can force vassalage and then demand annexation. You can do it that way. You cannot do it any other way peacefully. That makes it very, very difficult to expand, especially in a place where the Hansa is, which is within the Holy Roman Empire. Since you cannot be elected as the Holy Roman Emperor or be an elector because you do not have a king. You are always going to be having to balance, you're also always going to be having a good reason to go to war. Otherwise, the Holy Roman Emperor will stomp on your face. It's very interesting, very difficult, very slow game until you start to get some real steaming going on, and then it becomes incredibly powerful. It is much, much more diplomatic. It's much more trade-oriented. So once again, here are your choices of votes. Burgundy, Bavaria, the Netherlands, Holland, or the Hansa. Feel free to leave any preferences in the comments. In fact, please do. If you don't, I'm going to pick something else. But the Castile game is over. I'm not playing it anymore. I'm bored of it. I can't even bring myself to continue it. It will continue to be a tutorial, a let's learn to play style game. It's just going to be teaching you some different aspects of the game that you don't have from Castile, because Castile is very limited in what it has available. So, you guys let me know what you want to see from that, and I will be happy to oblige. Further things ongoing. I'm not done with Minecraft. It's coming back. I've learned some stuff. I've got some video recorded. I'm working on editing it. I'm going to get it uploaded soon, get it going. The Walking Dead, I know that another episode or 2 came out, and I need to do those. Those will be done sometime. And I think that's everything active, isn't it? Minecraft, The Walking Dead, Youth Tree. Pondering doing Crusader Kings 2. If I do, it'll most likely be multiplayer and chaotic. And XCOM. Need to get some more XCOM in. So, I will be getting back on all of those. Everything will be coming up and running. It's been rough. It's been rough. Gotta make them bills. And money's been really tight, and rent has become a problem. So, that's where we are. That's where we're going. I've got a secret surprise for you that should be coming up within the next week or so. And once again, give me your votes. Burgundy, Holland, the Hansa, Bavaria. Do you want pretzels? Do you want everything in the world? Do you want something Dutch? I don't know. Or do you want Burgundy? You know, true French. I like the fact that Burgundy is actually burgundy colored. Anyway, those are the options. Once again, Burgundy, Holland, the Hansa, Bavaria. Please give me some comments. Make your decisions. I would be willing to do whatever you guys want to see. If I don't get any votes from anybody on any of those four, then I'm just going to fucking pick one and go, and you can suffer with it. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you, and have a good